Hello, Geminis. Welcome to your relationship reading for November 2025, or relationship check-in, I should say. We do, or I do, any relationship, so not just with people, places, environments, with self, etc. So diet, whatever it is. So we'll see what the conversation topic will be. And then over here with them, oh, look at that. Let's spin that around. Easy fix. Kind of typical for a zombie to have its head turned upside down, or maybe that's how this feels. Maybe it has you feeling like your head's spinning around or spun around. And I'm saying that because this pile here, we're going to check in, give you some clarity, advice, etc. on them. So, and I'm doing quotes because them is whatever it represents for you. It could be a person, could be a community, could be a group. But interesting. I usually make sure my cards are, at least facing upright. So the fact that I didn't notice it was spun around, has whatever meaning for you. And we'll do some charms, see where they fall out. I do timestamp, so if you just want to skip to your messages, feel free. Otherwise, we're going to hang out and get the cards. Cards and charms. Initial impressions as well. So let's see, Gemini. Oops. Look at that. You're jumping out of the deck, jumping out of your seat, head over heels. Maybe that's what you're feeling. Maybe you're head over heels over someone. Maybe Gemini has a crush happening here. Okay. I do apologize if my mic is picking up some renovations next door. It's just kind of soft to me, so hopefully it's not coming out too much to you. I'm just going to move because they want another card up here. I'll bring the bowl back when we do the charms, just so that's on camera, but we'll get the cards for your them. So again, this could be a individual, group of people, could be an organization, could be a system, right? I don't know, whatever comes to mind when you say them. And we'll get you some clarity here. It looks like 2 cards. Let's bring them down a little bit more. And I'll just bring the bowl in. And I'll just put it aside once they... Okay. Guess they got the handful they're willing to work with here. We'll just see where they want to compliment. I always try to turn my my head. Here we are again to turning the head. Maybe you're turning the head. Maybe someone's falling head over heels over you, Gemini. There's definitely a lot of head going on here. Spinning head, turning head. Maybe you feel like you have whiplash. Any charm for them? No. Okay. Oh, we'll clean up. We've got the puppy looking away, not even looking at any of the cards. So I'll get into that. I'll put this one down here if it's still on camera. Yeah. Then I'll bring the dog down here too. Okay. So, Geminis, your relationships check-in. I'm just fussing. Part of kind of tuning in, seeing what's going on here. We're going to start with you. We're going to do the your relationship area centers first, and then we'll get into them. Starting with you. I'm drawn to my jack-o'-lantern here, so I'm going to start dead center here. Kind of odd for my flow. I usually work around, but we're going to start in the middle. So maybe there's like a split the difference, two sides of the story, maybe something happening here. Maybe you're playing the middle, maybe you're moderating, or trying to keep the peace, maintain the peace. Let's see. Okay, so we've got some, I want to say like maybe falsehoods, my jack-o'-lantern here, it's what you see is not what you get, right? You kind of get maybe a scary face. That's the purpose of a jack-o'-lantern, is the scary way, but it's just a pumpkin, right? Something you can easily turn into pie or muffins or soup, right? Any kind of delight, right? You can turn it into something really nice, special, tasty. So maybe there's a relationship or a situation. I feel like just isn't what it seems. Something's going on here, right? Someone's putting on a false face, a jack-o'-lantern face. Are you putting on the false face? My Hierophant card. This is usually I get this for healing. This is like a nurse. I know that's not the purpose, I think, of this traditional fashion, but I always feel nurse. I think it's because of the patterns here on her shoulders. I read as sort of that healthcare cross, and then the white mixed with blue, so that's hope, that's stability and emotions while healing. But there's kind of a choice here. They're taking you down to the bushes here in order to heal. There's a choice, and here's that mask. I don't know if you're wearing a false mask, but see how they're, I believe this is like a talking stick or a truth stick. Maybe this is actually just a pipe that she's showing, but I'm seeing sort of you speak when you have the symbol, right, representing that you're now the one that has the floor, and everyone else listens. So here we are again to that being in the middle. Maybe you're mediating, maybe you're trying to heal, or you're trying to get down to the truth of something, right? You're trying to peel away this mask, or you have the choice to do that. That could be the solution to you, instead of just kind of playing the middle, or speak up, say it's my turn to speak, and I want this falseness to be dropped. Just tell me what it is, right? Tell me the truth here. What's inside the pumpkin? What's behind your jack-o'-lantern scary grin? I'm also intrigued by my charm looking away, because this is a directional charm. My bloodhound, he's kind of planted his feet here, and he's giving you a sense of direction, letting you know there's something here, right? I'm not going to move until you kind of catch up to me, but he's indicating. Maybe that's the best way to say it. So indicating, but away from all these cards, away from them. So there's some kind of directional, maybe advice or clarity that will move you away from something, that will take you maybe in a different path, a different route. Could be, looking elsewhere sometimes, getting a second opinion. If it's your relationship with work, it could be, maybe consider a different avenue or a different industry altogether. If you're trying to have conversations, maybe you're just talking to the wrong person, right? Seek elsewhere, look elsewhere. And we have the Page of Coins. Look at your two guardian angels here, the two white elks, moose family. Look how they're conferring with you, right? They're kind of on either side. They're making sure you can't go left, you can't go right. They're encouraging you to keep walking forward, right? The hound here with his feet planted, the direction. There's a strong emphasis here of head on in this direction. Do not deviate. The sun here rising by your crown. So intuitively, you must already be knowing, right? Because you are in conversation here with your angels, your spirit guides, right? They're ushering you forward. Here's the intuitiveness, passion, new starts, birth of ideas, new chances, new opportunities here in the beautiful wildflowers. So they're encouraging you down a route that's going to open up all of that for you. These new interests, these challenges of your mind. It seems like it's going to touch into your passion center. There's all these fresh new beginnings. These could be new connections, opportunities, new projects, new clients, whatever it is, new experiences, new trips. But we want you to tune into your knowing, right? Tune in. Heading off in another direction, flanked here by your angels. Let's go up. Let's work our way. We'll go up and maybe come down here. Ace of Wands. So your relationship with your communications right now. I don't know if inspiration has struck you. I don't know if you're like journaling, documenting experiences. I mean, you could be painting or creating something with your hand, but I feel like at the bare minimum, you're putting ideas to paper, or you're creating a vision board. You're jotting down quick thoughts, maybe capturing them in your phone. You have sticky. All of a sudden, there's an increase of sticky Post-it notes all around you. But I feel like there's like this beautiful blossoming of heightened inspiration, heightened creativity. This desire, this drive to get some ideas out, to unleash yourself here. And that's why I'm seeing like the power of communications, because visually, this is going to translate visually into something you create, or it's written. So something you can see or read. So content, producing content. Relationship with communications is on fire. Sitting next to the Oracle here, Nine of Swords. Sorry, I'm going quiet because they're making me follow these green kind of tendrils here. Sort of the steam rising from the water from the river here. They're kind of swirling around you. So I don't know if you feel like there's negative talk. And I'm going to conversation because we're right next to communications here. And this is kind of, I know this is more of an oracle and this should be reading healing to me, but it's making me seem like putrid. But you're kind of like, I don't know, it's in 1 year, out, then it's on your thought, then it's not. Yeah, there's some weird, I just feel like that maybe there's noise or conversation around you that you're actually just not really paying much attention to right now. But for some reason it feels maybe even just negative in energy, and that's why you're kind of refusing it at this time. You're rejecting it. You're like, not for me. See how it moves around you? You're not part of this group that seems more kind of down and out or pessimistic. They have a more dire outlook, and you're like, no, I don't have that. I don't share that negative perspective or a negative future outcome. And that's fine. You're just kind of shutting yourself out from it. And then we have the Eight of Swords. We're back to your headspace here, right? Because we have a lot of creativity, ideas. Down here, your guardians are trying to force you, trying to encourage you. They're flanking you, encouraging you down a path that will challenge you, like I was saying, your crown, re-inspire you, motivate you. And then here you are deep in thought. But swords are about connections. Maybe you're considering, who do I reach out to in my network? Who can be my step one with this new idea? I know so many people. So it's like a Rolodex here all around you, right? Kind of thinking things through. Well, if I speak to them, will they share it with too many people? If I speak to this person, will they put me off or delay me for a bit, right? Or is this person going to be like 100% by my back, but maybe they'll move too fast because they'll be so supportive and so determined. I need someone who's going to kind of equal my pace. What do I really need? Like, what kind of support do I really need to move something forward here? Could be your career, could be a relationship. Well, sorry, this is a relationship reading. I mean, like a connection, right? How do I move a friendship forward? How do I move a bond forward? Is now the right time for me to get a furry companion, right? You're wearing a nice warm donkey here on you, sort of your companion, warming your crown, keeping your thoughts clear. You're comfy and cozy up in your head here, thinking things through, planning. I feel more like these connections. You're really thinking through people here, kind of filtering. It could be companies as well. Maybe you're deciding where to apply or where to accept. It could be schools, furthering education, or it could be all of that, right? Do I pursue my MBA now? Do I grow my family now? What's the next step here? Who's going to help me do it? That's kind of what I'm feeling here. So, a lot of, every card is head Gemini, right? What are you going to do here to see clarity, see more truth? How are you going to pay attention to your intuition while you're feeling really inspired and eager to get ideas out, while also ignoring and just kind of pushing aside any energy you don't agree with, while going through your busy Rolodex? So you've got a heavy focus right now in all of your relationship areas, or quite a few of them at least. Busy headspace. So hopefully you're getting enough sleep. I'm not seeing any health issues, or anything related to not getting enough sleep. So that's good. Let's transition over to your them, whoever that is. So we'll see. So them, we have two cards. I don't know why I went to pick them both up at the same time. There's only one other sign that I did that. I think it was Leo. I was playing with their them group as like an actual deck of playing cards. The way I was spreading them, picking them up, holding them, fanning them out. And then in the intro, if you were with us, the top card was upside down. So I went to just turn it right side up. And I started to get the initial impression of your head either being on a swivel with regards to them, someone who keeps you guessing. Or it could be someone who's catching your attention. So you're getting whiplash because, your crush is walking by and you're catching your eye. Or it could be someone, or you could feel like your head is, here today, gone tomorrow, right? Upside down, right side up. So a little bit of, I was going to say playfulness, that, I kind of let the word just come out in an airy breath because that didn't feel quite right. Because this doesn't feel like playfulness. This feels like not quite frustration yet, but it's more of a inconvenience, or maybe it's sporadic enough in like in periods in between that's what's causing your head to kind of turn back and forth here. So we'll see here what other details they have to share. See what this is regarding for your them. So again, fill in the blanks of who they are for you. So we have the 10 of Cups. Well, here's the head swivel, right? Because she's lounging, hanging out with her family, and then her head swivels because the ship blows up in the background. So she's like, oh, great. And then she's hanging out with her family, having a good time on the beach, and then she hears the splash. Her head swivels. She's like, oh, great. There's a zombie coming now. So it's kind of like, I don't know if it's like that's what they're bringing forward to you, like one issue after another, this person, or it's one request after another. So say this is a work scenario, a work group, them, it could be a manager, it could be a colleague. And they keep bringing these fires to you, right? These issues to you. And you're like, great, here I go again, putting it out, bringing everything back to calm and peace. And, she's also the one that kind of sees it and stops it, right? Because the family is not aware. Like I didn't get a sense of the dad, the children looking at the explosion or the zombie in the background. It's sort of her in the lounge chair here. What's coming to mind is that I'm going to use it because it's a female character here, but like like superheroes, like Superwoman or Superman as well, or sorry, Wonder Woman, Superman, like they'd be out and about in public and they see something, right? They feel something, see something, and then they do their quick change and kind of jump in and help out. So it might be this heightened intuition that you have going on. You have such a strong headspace that not only you're the one that can deal with this, that's why they keep coming to you. That's why you're the one that seems to catch everything while everybody else kind of just goes on happily and maybe even oblivious, or maybe you want them to be, right? Maybe you're protecting from them. Okay, well, I was just talking about superheroes, and then we get the victorious, victory card here with the Six of Wands. So here's the superhero being victorious. I mean, if them is a lawsuit or some kind of disagreement, you will be victorious. This is you being the champion, you having the favorable outcome, right? You're wearing your gold wristlet there. Again, coming back to the female character. You're kind of reading your news, right? Of what you did in the paper the next day. Like Batman and Bruce Wayne, right? Going to work the next day and everybody going, oh, did you see what Batman did? Oh, okay, yeah, they did what? So there might be some feedback here for you. Maybe you don't see it as it relates to them, but there's definitely some news incoming to you as it relates to them, and it's going to be good favor to you, like in good fortune for you. It'll be good news to you. But I do feel like you will receive some insight here, tangibly, real world news, I should say. Like it won't be an intuitive symbol or sign. Like you will have something to physically read, or someone will physically tell you. But there is definitely news coming into you about them. But if you feel like things are burning and crashing, you're not part of that. I'm painting you here as the hero, not them, which is interesting because this is the them pile. But it's you kind of conquering them. So we'll see, or handling it well. Or you liking the news. Maybe this is your karmic justice feedback coming into you and you're like, okay. So that is dealt with, right? Universe has dealt with that. So we'll check in next month and we'll see if you're still kind of really tuning into the superpower here of your brain, of your crown area.